Hey everyone, I'm SlaveToTheGames here with 10 things I dislike about Fallout 76 and why. Now I want to quickly point out that I actually like this game. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Let's get right into this. The first thing I dislike about this game is power armor can teleport or be recalled to your inventory automatically or manually, allowing you to freely summon it whenever you want by just placing it wherever you are. I'm sure there is a limit, but the point is 95% of the area you can summon it there. And it only weighs 10 pounds as well, which doesn't seem that realistic to me, and I'm huge when it comes to immersion and realism. To me, not only is this immersion breaking, this is almost cheat-like. I mean, your strength gets buffed, ergo your max weight goes up, your defense goes up, your melee damage goes up, and even if you run out of a fusion core, or any fusion cores, you can just put it in inventory and walk around like nothing's wrong. Like, what the hell, Bethesda? Worst of all, you can't even share your power armor as of right now. And it's tied directly to your character, meaning, yes, because of the sharing, that's why it is, which yes is good if you are fine with never sharing it with your teammates or who you may want to be able to let use. Maybe you just want to help them out, just out of the goodness of your heart. Unfortunately, that's not the case right now. Number 2, this one may change over time, but right now I claimed a base. Now this is a claim, not an actual place down of a camp, if you can call it that. And I read it could be, quote unquote, a fair whack bigger than Fallout 4's bases. Well, yeah. No, you can't. As far as claiming goes, now maybe this is because I need to unlock perk cards that pertain to building, or maybe you claim land is always going to be a set amount of building space determined by the spot, meaning one area, if you claim that's actually bigger than another area you claimed, so they differ in a variety of how big of an area you have to build in and how much of a budget you have, but that doesn't seem to be the case as of right now. And this even applies to placing down the camp. Hopefully the reason is because it requires perk cards to get bigger, like I said, when it comes to claiming. But we're just going to have to see. And if it doesn't, I really hope this gets expanded on. The third one is level locking armor, weapons, and gear. In my opinion, is one of my least favorites because it feels too different to me than Fallout 4 or Fallout New Vegas. You can just pick something up given the fact that you have enough ammo or that it wasn't broken or anything, and use it. It doesn't really make you super OP if you did this because of the PvP's damage normalization feature. So I can't justify putting gear and weapons behind levels with damage normalization being a thing, except for the fact that in previous Bethesda games, the enemies you came across were adjusted to the player's specific level, which understandably would be the only thing that makes sense about why they would do this. The fourth thing, it doesn't really feel like anyone is in this world. Sure, there is 24 people, however, out of the 6 hours of content I have as making this video, I ran into people the very first day, and never again after that, aside from maybe a distant shot once at most. And this is excluding spawning back at the beginning area where I ended up having to recreate my character when I lost all data. Now, this is a double-edged sword. I both like and dislike this. The reasoning being is because if I was not in a party bringing a friend along, I would, unless I went out of my way to find someone, nearly never run into another player who's not pursuing the same quest or event as me. People passing through your area, most likely that would happen at some point. Often, definitely not from the gameplay I have. And I think this is tied to the fact of the limit of players being 24, and also the fact that this is relatively new and people want to further explore. So maybe later on when people start noticing everything, going through the quest and actually knowing what the world has in store for them, they might actually start seeking out players for specific reasonings that we'll soon find out. But right now, like I said, it didn't happen. And that is with no dialogue choices, no NPCs to have actual talks with, and seemingly little to no narrative story aside from holotapes, notes, and terminals. Oh, it can make the world feel, well, empty, as I've heard a lot of people call it. Now, I'm gonna have to put out there, this does only apply to player interaction, since running into enemies feels pretty much like when you're playing Fallout 4 New Vegas. Without mods, guys. The fifth one is always seeing players on the map. This takes away my own immersion, my surprise, and the uniqueness of being able to stumble across players. The only reason this could be explained away in-game is that maybe the survivors can track each other via the Pip-Boys with a GPS signal. However, I just straight up do not like this feature. When they explained it and they said that you would come across players, you would stumble across them, and then you'd freak out or something, that really only applies if maybe in the future people start trolling or PvPing for the hell of it, because there really was none, at least in the beta. Again, this is all susceptible to just this time, so obviously things are going to change. Hopefully with this, it means that you actually start being able to interact with more more people, though the simple fact is with this, it still ruins the uniqueness for me. I would like to actually suddenly come across players or hear those gunshots without actually being able to check the map and just know instantly if it's a player or not. I want to be able to have that feature removed if I can. And as of this video, I haven't checked if you can do that, but I definitely will be checking to see if it's something I can remove. Number 6, and probably the longest one I have, is the PvP gameplay. I believe it is absolute trash, in my opinion. That's a big one because it's definitely my opinion. I just don't like it. And I don't want to sound like I'm being a hardcore hater because, like I said, I do like this game. But I do not like the fact, personally, that a level 5 can kill me if I'm at level 50 with power armor and decked out. I understand this is for low-level people or making PvP fair, but this is only one of the reasons why. Also, you become wanted and you lose the ability to see everyone, and everyone can hunt you for the bounty that comes out of your pocket directly. Your caps. Now, I get the fact that people don't want to be trolled or lose their stuff in PvP. However, you can only lose your junk. And even then, there's no reason, aside from quote-unquote just being able to do it, that this was implemented. I personally was looking forward to both playing with others and being that douche taking people out for their shit. Now, with only getting junk, I severely lost interest. Add the fact you can be blocked and never seen by that player, or the fact that doing so actually causes you to lose out in the end no matter what, just destroyed any amount of PvP I would have ever wanted to do. There is no reason to fight another player except, like they said, just because you can. And that's not enough for me. Honestly, I don't even understand the reason this was implemented, except for Bethesda to just throw it out there for the people who wanted PvP, and then to be like, but PvP is there. It's like they just tried to please everyone and this was the result. Really, guys? Why didn't you just do what games like Ark did and release PvP and PvE servers? That would have been an ideal. That would have been what I wanted. I do understand this also takes in what I previously said about level locking, where this would add to the immersion of the world by essentially forcing players to take the role of NPCs in previous games. So it does make sense, but at the same time, it's just something I don't like. Now, again, hope you're still with me and understand I do like this game. Let's continue on to the next one. I dislike the fact that armor, for example, leather, still cannot be shown over clothing. Please fix this or add this already. Mods have been doing it for a while now. You do it too. This is not that unreasonable to ask for, and it's completely unimmersive. This is just a pet peeve of mine. I really just like being able to see when I put armor on above clothing, have layers for it. I mean, you can do it, please. If you don't implement in this one, have it in Fallout 5. Have this added. It's something I really want. Number 8 is teammates should be able to join an ally system, which would allow them to be able to build next to each other or close to each other, actually in the same base at that point until removed as an ally, so that people can actually form their own towns or cities. In which case, they would take the blueprint for their base and move elsewhere if they were ever removed from it. The person or persons removed are the ones under the ally leader or clan leader or / governor if you want to get fancy with it. You cannot do this and have to be pretty far away from people to place your camp. This includes your allies and anyone else in the area as well when determining where to place your camp. Number 9, and the second to last, is the world is less interactive than the last game, Fallout 4. Meaning you cannot open and close constantly just any door or toilet space or locker like in previous games, or really, well, be as interactive as other games in this world. Certain places you can do this, but if you pay very close attention, it's severely lacking. The world does not feel as interactive as the last one. You will know what I mean when you play it and you actually look for these details. The last one is player interaction with other players seems, well, lacking. The reason being is because you really only have 5 things you can do in these categories, and that is 1. Questing and roaming with events, PvP, play instruments, trade with other players, gathering, crafting, and building. Now, these were separated so that there was 5 different categories. I put them in, but I did list more than 5, as I mentioned. The reason why is because, well, this game can be fun, and we definitely wanted to do this, all these things. But the main reason I wanted to play these games with friends was to experience those games with those stories and all of these other things, everything else that came with the main series. With only having those gameplay features, I can't help but feel the core of Fallout has pretty much been stripped away. It's just leaving everything that was great or nice additions to the game in the main series without having what really made the game its best. All these features added with the story, dialogue choices, made them amazing. However, take away all of that, we are left with just the side activities, which even though can be fun, they're not the main attraction or the best parts of what made Fallout games so attractive to play for me. Now, remember, even though I have all of these things I dislike about the game, and most likely will find more. This does not mean I dislike the game entirely or hate it. I actually really enjoy playing it, and cannot wait to see more of the game's world and will be added in the future. However, I also feel I need to be as non-fanboy or hater as possible, and explain the negative things about this game as well. I would like to point out that this is just my opinion once again, and everyone is free to feel how they want, whether you all disagree with or agree with me. And with having that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to get more uploads on Fallout 76, including what I like about it that is different to Fallout 4 later on. Now, one more thing I'd like to mention real quick is that I really appreciate you guys sticking with me. It's been a really long time, and I am so happy. I actually am going to be coming up with a congratulations video for the goals I've reached, and for all of you who have been sticking with me and who keep on going with me, and all of you who just keep on stopping by, subscribing, and then just give me all the support you guys have been giving me. I really appreciate it. Obviously, I couldn't do this without you guys. I really couldn't. The only reason I'm here is because I really enjoy what I do, and I really enjoy you guys enjoying what I do. So keep up the comments. I really love interacting with you guys, talking to you guys about what I'm doing, and just the clips that you guys see, and I like seeing how you guys react to all that. Once again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Show a little bit of love. Come on. See you guys in my next upload.